Hey, welcome back to Metal Mojo. I'm Steve. This is the M37 that we had on the last video, the one we showed the progress of bringing it back from southern Florida to western Pennsylvania. She's a beast, that's for sure. We're going to go over the whole thing, check it out, show you inside, underneath, under the hood, just talk a little bit about it. And in the upcoming videos, we'll be tearing into it. The right front and the left rear, I believe, brakes are locked up. So that's where we'll start pulling wheels off. You can see we actually have it up on the jack stands already. Getting ready to pull the front wheels off. And I know the driver's side on these, the lug nuts are wrong-handed thread. You got to tighten them to take them off. So it's kind of weird, but a lot of the older vehicles, I believe, were like that. I know Dodge for sure. But yeah, so let's dig into it. It's really not in too bad a shape. It lived in southern Florida all its life. I believe it was from the military. It went to the forestry department. And if you can see a few places here where the red is showing, they actually had it painted red. And I know a lot of fire departments take these and paint them red as well. And yeah, I thought there was more red on it somewhere else, but yeah, you can see the red there. But then after the forestry department was done with it, they sold it off, and that's when the gentleman I bought it from received it, and I guess he painted it back to the olive drab. Somebody must have needed to do some wiring at one point, and they just took a torch, it looks like, and cut a chunk of the metal out to get to the wires. Oh, it does have a little bit of rust. You can see there's a little bit at the bottom of that fender. Some up on the roof, which I'll have to take care of for sure. We don't need some rain coming in while we're driving, rusting it out anymore. This side of the fender looks pretty decent. Other than that, rust on the outside, not so much. All in all, it's a pretty clean vehicle, I would think. In my opinion, anyway. Like I said, the winch will be a chore probably to get working. Hopefully we can get that working. That'd be fun to have that. This is part of the fording kit, they called it. You take this off, put a snorkel air cleaner on, so when you're in deep water, your air cleaner is above the water. It's not the factory exhaust. Somebody put a stack on, but I kind of like it. I'm going to leave it. I'm going to leave it alone. We got the sideboards that actually are also troop carrying seats. Put them down for the seat. Tailgate's supposed to have a toolkit mounted to it, but it doesn't. That's not the factory bumper either. I don't care about either one of those things. Like I said, we're just going to use it for a little shop truck, and we don't go far. I know this doesn't go like over 45, 50 mile an hour maybe at best, but that's fine. We don't go far with our shop truck. It's got the little compartment doors that goes all the way through to the other side. Oh, we got some bees nests in there, but let's see if we can see in there with some light. There's another door on the other side just like this. This, I believe, was to jumpstart the vehicle if it ever had a dead battery. Take that cap off, which I haven't had off yet, and I believe it was connected directly to the battery for starting it. I might be wrong about that. Like I said, this is all just stuff that I've read or heard. Oh, there's the shop dog. Vicious shop dog. What else we got here? That's pretty much it. We'll go underneath here in a second. Check it out. See how clean it is underneath. The tailgate actually works like it should too. Take a closer look at the bed here. That's the original oil filter that I took out. The fuel tank was just, or the crankcase, I'm sorry, was full of gas. I mean, somebody must have just been cranking and cranking, trying to start it and dumping fuel into the crankcase. And that was one of the priorities, getting that taken care of. But yeah, the bed's in really nice shape. That's the access panel to get to the top of the fuel tank, which is a lot nicer than modern vehicles. And I mentioned that before in my introduction video, that the hood hinges broke right off. I couldn't find new ones. I looked around a little bit. I'm sure they're probably out there if I search real hard. I went to the hardware store looking to see if I could find something close, and I did, but they were kind of loose in the pins. So I was able to just kind of weld. It's hard to see it, but I was able to heat up the hinge, get it loose, and then tack it back together, and they work fine now. I'm just going to kind of leave them like that. I was able to find some green paint that's close. It's got too much sheen, actually, though. Just off the shelf for Rust-Oleum stuff. Okay, let's get a look under the hood real quick. Got your little safety latch here. That way the hood can't fall on your head while you're working on it. So let's take a look at the engine real quick here. But yeah, it's already been converted to the 12-volt system, which I prefer. A lot of purists don't like that. They like to keep it to 24 volts that it came, but to me, I'd just rather have the 12 volts than everything else I buy at the parts store is 12 volts, light bulbs and what have you. It's got the original carburetor. Oil bath air filter. Oil filter. I put new spark plugs in, new wires, just to get it running right. I mean, it was running terrible when I first got it home. A lot of wiring issues, as you can see. Wonder where those went, huh? Definitely the original harness, original connections, but who knows where they go. It runs without them, so I just might eliminate them. While we're talking about the wiring, let's take a look under the dash here. It's pretty much a wiring nightmare as well. But, you know, this truck is so simple. There's not a whole lot to it. I don't even think I'm going to order a aftermarket or a new wiring harness. I'm probably just going to wire it myself. I'll make my own harness, pull the dash cluster out, see what all we need as far as gauges and whatnot, and maybe just build my own harness. I'll do that on a separate video for sure. Someone already eliminated the foot starter. These used to have a foot starter you push in to start it, and now it's just ignition switch and push button start. This is a headlight switch here, I believe. Horn button. I don't think any of the gauges work. I haven't ran it through all the gears yet either. I know first and reverse works. That's your four-wheel drive and parking brake, which is basically a brake shoe that wraps around the drive shaft. And I believe this is your winch lever. I really don't know. I'm not real sure about any of this stuff. Like a little door hinge there that locks it in place. Not real sure what this did. It does nothing now. The choke does still work. Or maybe this is the choke. I'm not sure. Oh yeah, this is the choke. This is the fast idle. Pulled out for faster idle. This little lever for the cowl vent here. She's trying to open, but she's pretty rusty. I don't know. I don't know if we'll ever get that open or not. Let's see what we got in the glove box. Some ratchet straps. Spare cages. I might put that in. The battery shut off. Let's take a look under the seat here. We got an Interstate 12-volt battery with a little knife switch. Battery box, I had that laying around. I think I'm going to install that. I'm not sure. Put it under the seat here, bolt it down. I don't know what. I might just leave it alone, put a battery tie down to the floor. We're not sure. And of course the old vacuum wipers, which I think they might make electric replacements for those. I'm going to look into that. I've had vehicles with vacuum wipers before, and they're not real fun. (1951) air conditioning, military style. Another great option. Sliding rear window. It helps enhance the air conditioning unit. Flow through. Let's fire it up, see how she sounds. She hasn't been running like 2 weeks, so hopefully with a little bit of choke she'll start right up. I think she will. Let's give it a try. She'll sit and idle all day now. All right, let's take a quick peek underneath. She looks pretty clean all in all. We got a bunch of leaks. Nothing too bad. Nothing that can't be handled. Let's put it that way. A little wet around the ball there. transfer case, power takeoff, all that good stuff. Not looking too bad. I am missing a coil spring on the one side. I'm not sure how that disappeared. Oh, bees nest. They're everywhere. Electric fuel pump. That was on there when we got the thing. It wasn't pulling. I just actually put a new one in its place. That's where the coil spring's missing. I'm going to have to try to find one. I haven't looked for one yet. Hopefully they're readily available. Looks like the pinion seal might be leaking. Again, no big deal. Coming around the back here. Inner fenders are all pretty decent. Gas tank looks good. That's pretty much it underneath. Let's see if an old man can get off the floor here. So that's about it for the initial walk around of the 1951 M37 military power wagon. Pretty cool vehicle. Thanks for taking that little walk around tour of the M37 with me. Following weeks there's going to be a lot more coming, so please like and subscribe. Thanks, guys.